between the rice paddies. It was the only dry area we had, and we was waiting for the Chinese to come out of the river gorge. When the Chinese came out of the river gorge, we heard them before we seen any silhouettes of human beings moving. Once we determined that they were the enemy coming out of the river gorge, we opened fire, not so much at the bodies, but in the direction of where the noise was coming from. And we threw hand grenades.
So you had you were a veteran of night patrols.
I had more night patrols than any other junior officer in my regiment. How many I had, I don't know, but it appears like almost every third night I was out somewhere on patrol.
And what was the, this was a larger patrol than usual, right?
Yes, this larger patrol, battalion headquarters determined that they anticipated a large enemy force coming out of the river gorge. So they sent me with 27 men to see if I could interact with them, and that we did.
And one of the main goals was to capture prisoners for intelligence reasons, right? On the patrols. One of the missions was the main mission was we were trying to capture prisoners.
Yes, our mission was always to capture prisoners. They wanted it for intelligent purposes and declassify the prison that we caught. And capturing prisoners was not an easy job.
And this was July 1st, 1953, in the Chorwang Valley, which is in the vicinity of the famous Pork Chop Hill. Right?
Yes, in the same sector my regiment was with Pork Chop.
So this was a larger than the usual 9-man patrol. How come?
Well, because we anticipated, or battalion headquarters anticipated a large enemy force coming out of the river gorge. So they sent this 27-man patrol up there to interact with them. And I was the one that had charge of this patrol.
And these patrols go out only at night, and you didn't have any cover, right? What was it like on the patrol that night? This was the engagement where you were awarded the Silver Star, correct?
Yes. The patrol was in an open area, no cover, no trees, no nothing.
So no cover, pitch dark.
Yeah, you're laying on top of the ground, very dark. If I recall correctly, I think it was a moonless night, but I can't remember.
So how do you find the enemy?
You find the enemy by listening. You hear the sounds of the movement, the rattling of equipment, the rattling of whatever they're carrying, makes sounds, and that tells you where they are and what direction they're moving in. And that gives you the ability to interact with them. And since we were quiet and weren't making any noise and we were at rest, we were already set up, and they were still moving, they exposed themselves by the noise they made, and that's what attracted us to open fire on them. So we caught them by surprise.
And your M1s, are they like set in automatic?
Well, our unit had M1s, I had a carbine, and we had BARs. And we all had grenades. So we threw grenades, BARs opened up, the M1s opened up.
And it's over quickly, like you said.
Yes, a firefight normally lasts several minutes. And at the end of the several minutes, you pick up your wounded and you disengage. The Chinese disengage from us and we disengage from them. And you take your wounded and get them to safety as quickly as possible.
Was this engagement on July 1st, 53? Was that no man's land?
It's always no man's land.
Okay.
The minute you leave your front lines area, you're in Malheur, your main line of resistance, you're in no man's land.
You were there for a year at the tip of the spear, right?
I was there for a year on line.
Army infantry. Now you had a close call that was pretty hair-raising. What was that?
I had two very close calls on this patrol. I had one close call, a Chinaman threw a grenade, hit me in the chest. I was on my knees firing, landed between my knees and never exploded. The other close call is one with a burp gun wounded the man on my left, wounded the man on my right, and the burp gun slug broke through and broke the zipper on my flak jacket, about an inch from going through my throat.
And you had flak
And the
embedded in your
slug
weapon.
was lodged into the flak jacket.
And the gun got sprayed with some flak too, or something. I thought there was another. I thought your weapon had some shrapnel in it too, or something.
My carbine, the stock of my carbine had grenade fragments in it.
But you never were wounded.
I was never wounded.
Wow, that's very lucky. That's really good. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to pause it now at about 7 minutes here.